Hello, everyone. Welcome to the What Professionals Need to Know Working with Alienated Families series. I'm Dorcy Pruter, the CEO and founder of the Conscious Co-Parenting Institute, and I'm so glad you're here right now so I can show you the process that we've taught professionals just like you who are using our strategies to quickly strengthen parent-child connections and improve their reunification success in their practice. And let's be honest, low success rates can happen to anyone in any area of business. However, as a professional reunification specialist, it's unacceptable. The lives and relationships of parents and children are in our hands. So if you're ready to implement a proven strategy that we've been using since 2006 to really assist parents and children to reunite, even if you don't have extensive prior experience in reunification, stick around. I'm going to be sharing with you strategies and skills that we've used to become the #1 reunification specialist court-ordered around the world. So in this series, I've been focusing on empowering you, the professionals, with the skills and tools needed to really help families in high conflict custody battles keep the children out of the middle. And I have a goal to create a solution focused team in every jurisdiction around the world. And this requires lawyers, mental health professionals, and coaches to speak in a unified voice using easy to implement systems to solve the problem. We know that the system is failing families, and I trust that you're here because you want to do what actually works and you really want to solve the problem and you want to help more families. So when you know how to properly identify the problem by following a system that is duplicatable, you are able to implement a solution that works. In the last video, we discussed the importance of tracking progress and how to sustain that progress so that your reunification efforts have long-lasting effects. And today, as we're going to discuss the very, very important subject that I think a lot of professionals, people really get stuck in their head and are afraid to head this off at the pass. So they stick their head in the sand about this very, very important topic of navigating ethical and legal challenges. And we want to know how to do this to really improve your family reunification success without feeling overwhelmed, getting caught up in your own confirmation bias. And really, what I see most common in mental health providers is doing the same thing over and over and over again. I'm working with some of these people, multiple families with the same therapist who have shapeshifted from the Gardner model to resist and refuse and are not helping people at all. And this is a problem. And I see this is happening everywhere. And we need to focus on being successful reunification specialists, not just putting up a plaque and calling ourselves a reunification coach or a reunification therapist, which there's no such thing. So at least in coaching, you can say what you want. However, you better have results. You better be able to actually help families. So you can't get caught up in the desire to want to do something, but not actually do it. And you don't need to become a lawyer or a legal expert. However, you do need to abide by the laws and ethical codes that govern your license if you're a licensed professional. And even if you're not a licensed professional, you still need to know how to navigate the tricky legal system because let's face it, most of our clients that you're working with, and I know that we work with in reunification, are in the legal system. And at least they've been in the legal system before, and they may have a court order that you must abide by, or at least they must abide by. So legal experts oftentimes get this wrong. They're oftentimes relying on the mental health providers to help them solve a mental health crisis with the law. And so this last step I'm going to talk about in our certification program today, where we help families actually reunite and we help them get out of the high conflict adversarial legal system while still protecting yourself as a reunification specialist. So as you know, you're in the right place because you've maybe been coming to our calls or these videos or live trainings for a few weeks now, or maybe this is your first one. But I've gone through the steps of the exact system that we've used to help countless therapists, coaches, mediators, parenting coordinators, and even lawyers have a predictable way to navigate the ethical and legal challenges to achieve family reunification success in their practice. So in short, this is what actually works. And I want to dig into the last module, the framework of the last module with you today. So family reunification space, we all know, is absolutely flooded with new courses, new coaches, all kinds of hype. There are all kinds of people promising to help you get results. And ultimately, they're adding to the overwhelm and frustration. Some of the old guard have shape-shifted into the resist and refuse. Some people have died. Some people have just sort of faded away. And I've been at this for almost 20 years, and I pretty much know what's going on in this space everywhere, because it's not that big of a space. It's a pretty small space. And you have to know how to protect your license from board complaints and lawsuits. And you need to know what strategies can help you navigate complex ethical issues that may arise, and also what resources are available to support you in maintaining your ethical standards in your practice when dealing with this family dynamic. I get those questions and countless others all of the time. And this is where the module for the ethical and license protection training and support really comes in. And I'm going to show you how it works. So the first part is the first thing that the therapists and coaches that work with us that are on this path do is they have to navigate the legal complexities in these reunification families cases properly. So mental health professionals and coaches, you play a critical role in recovering families, particularly those involved in the legal process with those complex cases. So as professionals, you're responsible for helping the family navigate the emotional challenges of separation and providing everybody in the family with solutions that work, and teaching the children how they can shift from rejection to receiving and giving love with both of their parents. It's equally important that you as a professional understand that there are legal complexities surrounding the case. Knowing how to navigate the complexities will help you as a mental health professional or a coach, and it ensures that you're acting within the confines of the law and also the ethical codes that bound your license. So this means being aware of court orders and the agreements that have been made that are in place, custody and visitation rights, and staying informed about these matters is not enough. Also, as a professional, you can avoid inadvertently violating any court orders by putting yourself at risk legally by understanding what your actual role is. Now, I see a lot of mental health providers hide behind their role. It's not my role to assess or diagnose. I'm just here to do reunification. Well, what are you doing? If you don't know how the family got to where they are, then you can't provide a solution. There's no such thing as reunification therapy. So if you're a reunification specialist or a coach, then you need a step-by-step process. You have to have something that actually guides the client through the beginning, middle, and an end. It is not okay to leave a family fractured. It is not okay to say, well, there's nothing I can do, and to abandon a family, a patient, if you're a professional, a mental health professional. It's not okay to fuel the conflict, to continue to fuel and extend the conflict by allying with pathogenic parents. And I see this all of the time. And I know what's going on because I talk to mental health providers. And it's the dirty little secret that I get. You don't want anybody to know, that you don't know how to fix it, that you don't know how to get the alienated child to participate, or how to get the alienating parent to participate. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We've been empowering parents on how to actually take charge of their reunification, how to ally the professionals in their case, how to take the leadership role in recovering their children. My process, my programs, what we take our clients through, we have a whole module on the professional ally with worksheets and guides on teaching parents how to ally you, the reunification specialist, or if you're practicing below the standards of competency, how to actually file a board complaint and then a malpractice lawsuit. So I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this kind of to scare you, but to remind you of the importance of practicing within the bounds of your competency and the importance of having a successful protocol. You cannot fake it till you make it in this space. That is no longer acceptable, and it is no longer working, because I've been on leading a charge since 2006 to awaken the targeted parents, to shift them out of a mindset of being a targeted victim parent into the mindset of the leader of the family as the chosen parent. So if you don't know what that is, I highly recommend looking it up. You will see that I've been leading that charge for a very long time. I coined the phrase chosen parent in 2017 to really awaken, to like knock them silly, if you will, to awaken the sleeping targeted parents who've been walking around in their victim mindset for decades. Professional incompetence is no longer acceptable. And if you don't know how to recover families, find a different area of mental health to practice, okay? Because these parents are coming after people who are not doing the work properly. Mental health professionals need to thoroughly understand the complex family case, the law, the family law matter. And when working with these families going through this difficult time, you need to be able to navigate the complex situation. It requires careful attention, not only from the lawyers, but also from you, the reunification specialist who addresses the psychological needs. This means that you, if you're a mental health professional or a coach, you must be well versed in the legal complexities of reunification cases, and you need to be able to provide comprehensive support for the families that works. So without the knowledge, you may not be able to fully address all of the aspects of their needs, and this could ultimately hinder their progress and put you in professional trouble. And I don't want that for you. It's no longer acceptable to hide in these cases or practice below the competent standards of care. So in other words, if you don't have a step-by-step process that you know that works and that's evidence-based and it's proven, you're operating in the dark and you could be harming families. And it's not okay to have a low success rate. You have to have a success rate that's high, and there's no excuse for it at this point. You need to know from beginning to end how to serve these families. And if you don't, that's okay. Then you need to find an area of expertise. You cannot call yourself a reunification specialist, coach, therapist, expert if you don't actually know how to do the work consistently, okay? Consistently over time. And reunification isn't just creating a meeting. Reunification is long-term success. It's by teaching the parents how to be in relationship with each other, even when there's domestic violence and even when there's coercive control, psychological abuse, physical abuse. We cannot leave the child in a fractured state. The child loves both parents. They love mom and dad. That's the only mother and father that they're going to have. And even if one of the parents remarries, that's extra, okay? That love is abundant. That means they get an extra parent, not a replacement parent. So if you've been contributing to the elimination of a parent, whether you like them or not, is not relevant. These are the parents that the children have. This is the child protection issue. We must first protect all abused children all of the time. Then we have to re-educate, reintegrate, okay, or rehabilitate and reintegrate, period. That's the way it goes. And then we have to have a long-term strategy. And you have to have a step-by-step plan. You've got to have a process that actually works. We cannot leave these families fractured any longer. If you're hiding behind a court order and saying, well, this is my role, I can tell you that we figured out a way to get around that. You're not protected. You, as a mental health provider, are not protected by the court order. You still have to practice within the bounds of your competency. You still have to practice under the ethical codes that govern your licensure, okay? This is a fact. This isn't me just giving you my opinion. These are facts. And parents have been so destabilized walking around in a fog. And if you've been contributing to that, that stops now, okay? If you want to be actually recovering families, we are the place to learn. I'm a formerly alienated child. I know what it's like to be the child in this family dynamic. I know what it's like to work with incompetent mental health providers as a child and also as a parent and a professional. So we need to help our clients by providing support in these complex cases. And we do this for you as a professional. We, in our training, in the Reunification Coach certification, we actually provide guidance with you. There's support throughout the entire process and focus groups where I'm leading that, where you can bring your complex case to the live calls, and I'm going to guide you along with the others. We all learn together, okay, on how to successfully reunite the complex cases that you have. We have a mental health provider in our training right now, and she's able to recover a family without the family having to go through the high road. Okay. This was a completely extreme cutoff case. And instead of them needing to come to me and do the high road, she's implementing what we teach, the strategies that we teach here. And she's recovered this family of 4 children without having to do a high road. I don't want you to come to reunification training so that you have to send us high road clients. Now, you may have to. There may be cases that you're working on right now that are just so far gone. And let us come in and be part of your team to help. We come in at the beginning in augmentation. However, my goal is to put the high road out of business. Okay, times are changing. I don't want to do the high road forever. I do other work that I really, really love. And I really love that too. But I'd rather you, as the professional in your local jurisdiction, recover these families. We're here to guide you and support you. And in our training, we provide you special training and guidance along the way for these complex cases. There isn't much we haven't seen. It's very rare that somebody brings me something that I haven't seen before in a case that we've worked on. So we've been tagging evidence, millions of pieces of evidence for almost 2 decades. We've looked at everything. We know what this family dynamic is. We know how to help our clients in the legal realm. We work with lawyers in the background as a consultant. We can guide them through the legal process. We understand this family dynamic. We see where the mental health providers are failing the families. We don't want you to fail. We want you to enroll in our training and let us help you become the go-to specialist in your area. You as a professional can work alongside us as we work alongside you. You work alongside the client in providing them the emotional support for both parents and children who may be experiencing this trauma and this distress as a result of alienation. So the presence of an experienced coach, counselor, therapist, psychologist who knows what they're doing can alleviate the stressors associated with the family court proceedings, with providing reassurance, empathy, and encouragement and skills so quickly that there's no reason to keep kicking the can. There's no reason to stop. There's no reason to not solve this problem anymore. We're here to collaborate with experts in the field to help you ensure that you have positive outcomes in the families in need that you're serving. We can't be everywhere all of the time. We work closely together, working towards the common goal of reuniting these families. Whole family problem, whole family solution. So it's important to seek out help when you're dealing with the complex cases, when you're dealing with family reunification, collaborating with experts like me who offer numerous benefits, including access to our valuable knowledge, our step-by-step process, my expertise from the perspective of the child, from the perspective of the parent, and most importantly, the perspective of a successful reunification coach. You'll have so much, you will achieve positive outcomes for everyone involved while saving the time and resources along the way. There's absolutely no reason for you not to sign up and do this work with us and do this work alone. Why would you? Please enroll in our training and work with us so that we can help you protect your license and help you follow the ethics, the code of ethics that govern your license so that you become part of our referral source. So one of the things that we are doing with the people that are certified in our reunification coach training is we are providing clients for you to actually work with. Okay, so through our Reconnect program and also clients in your local jurisdiction that are asking for people that have trained with us, mental health providers that are trained in properly doing this work and recovering families. So if you want to be a part, this is the only way you can be a part of our referral program where we are referring clients out to you, people that we know, like, and trust, people that we know have gone through our training. Okay, our training to actually know exactly what to do and where you drop back and punt, because while we have catalytic steps and it's a step-by-step process, no family is ever exactly the same. So there's no reason to be struggling with, like, what am I doing and what do I do here? You could just call us and ask. we can help you with that. So I hope that you got a lot of value out of this series and you understand the importance of doing this work. And I saved this module for the last because I think it's really important for you to understand that we are training the people. We are training the parents. And my goal is to not keep doing high road. My goal is to not keep doing reunification. My goal is to teach you how to do it so that you can do it, so that I don't have any work in this space anymore. I want you as the professional to be the professional, to know exactly what you need to do to achieve reunification success with all the families that you serve. There's absolutely no reason whatsoever to be shooting in the dark, trying to figure it out by trial and error and doing it alone. That's why we're here. So today I just shared with you the final step in stage 3 of our reunification certification program. If you haven't been following along, the first stage is Discover and Decode, where we guide you through the discovery process, the checks and balances, and we provide you everything like the checklist and how to use them, video training, lots and lots of content on exactly what you need to know to discover and decode what's going on in the family. So it's not enough to say, well, I'm just doing reunification. It's not enough to say, I'm just doing I'm just working with the child, or I'm just working with this parent. It's not enough. You can become the master in your area. We have to know what's happening in the family specifically. Is it domestic violence? Is it child psychological abuse? Is it both? What's going on? And then what to do about it. Then in stage 2, we go to the recovery and rebuild. You become the child champion. The process really ensures that you have success in helping the child heal and supporting the affected children in having a relationship with both of their parents, lifting them out of the middle. Okay. And then we move to how to resolve the high stakes in these family conflicts by engaging the parents properly. We know this pathology inside and out, and how to actually engage the pathogenic parents, how to get them engaged. This isn't about punishment. These are just unhealed adult children. And it's also not about punishing the targeted parent. This parent is also an unhealed child who trauma bonded with each other. We can't pick a side. There's only one team family, led by the child champion. That's you. We have to recover the whole family. It's very, very important. And then we move to the final stage, which is restore and reunite. And in this final stage, this is where we build in the family transformer system, allowing the empowerment of every family, a whole family solution to that whole family problem, empowering every family member with the skills and tools that they need to live the best life that they possibly can out of the chaos and consternation, creating cooperation and connection, and then how to monitor and maintain progress so that you can prevent relapses. And if you have one, how to actually catch it, nip it in the bud quickly. You know exactly what's going on. And then this final module of understanding ethical and legal challenges, knowing how to protect yourself. I don't want you to be threatened. Right now, most mental health providers are allying with pathogenic parents because they're afraid. And I know this is true because I talk to you guys. I know that you're more afraid of the pathogenic parent than you are of the targeted parent. But that has changed. We've had a paradigm shift because we've been empowering the targeted parents, and they realize that they've been duped. And they realize that they're more powerful than they thought. And they realize exactly how to file a board complaint and a malpractice lawsuit. They know that what's happening is malpractice. They know that mental health providers are not doing their job, that they're failing their families, and they want it to stop. And I want it to stop. And I know you want it to stop too, because you wouldn't be here if that wasn't the case. So if you're interested in working deeply with us, going through each one of these modules as we guide you through each step of the reunification certification, working directly with me, my team, and other professionals just like you who are bold and brave, who are ready to actually solve the problem and become the go-to reunification specialist in their area and become one of our referral partners so that you can earn the money that you pay for the certification back sooner rather than later, then join us. Click the link in the comments in the chat. Speak to somebody on my team if you haven't done so already, or they can put the link here, join us, and become one of our certified reunification coaches today. We're excited. For those of you that have already joined, thank you so much. And thank you for participating in this webinar series. Next week, we have a master class. So if you are here, stick around. We do have a master class next week. I think you actually have to register for it. In the meantime, register for the masterclass and make sure you schedule a call with somebody on my team. And if you want to find out more about becoming a reunification coach with us. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day and week, and we'll see you next week. Remember, peace in so you can have peace out. Remember, we're doing this as leaders of the family, leaders of the reunification solution. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Bye for now.